that we've been blessed with, we have to continue to use them for the greater good. And so those who are mourning right now, I know it's hard, but, we will never really know these answers until we get that one-on-one with our creator. So, but for now, just take in what we're doing on this show, which is at least 1 hour where we can share things to make you smile and feel good. And remember to just do a little bit of goodness. I'm stealing that from Michelina, making change happen. All right. So, stuff that happened this week was good. We actually had a little show on Monday, a little bit of a spin-off from Only Good News. We call that show Distractions, and we featured people who were track nuts, those who love track and field. We had Donnell Esdale, we had Scotty Hanley, we had Nadal Bunton, and we had Jamster, we had myself, and Delwyn Delaney. And Nadal was, scheduled to run the 200 meters prelims yesterday. And I remember asking him a question like, who is your favorite to win the 200 finals? And I think he said, he called somebody else's name, but Donnell said him. And that was a bit of a, humble way of saying, I'm not going to bet against my countryman. And, Nadal did put out a valiant effort. Put it this way, he ran faster than any one of us in the studio can run right now, and probably faster than anyone in the country is capable of running right now. So running 20.90 or thereabout in the prelims is nothing to sneeze about. He's had a long season. A lot of the collegiate athletes do not typically excel at these world championships. So let's give him a big round of applause. I think we're supposed to come back tomorrow to kind of do a recap of everything that happened this week. And so we'll definitely get a chance to talk to him. My producer's looking at me like he's not going to want to come tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Maybe we'll do that maybe next week, Monday. I don't know. But yeah, Kyron McMaster was another piece of good news. He got the silver medal, finally, coveted medal at a world championships. He's normally in that unfortunate position of fourth. And he could have won that race if he ran his race, but the Viking broke everybody's back, and that's, Lord, I'm having a brain fart. Karsten Warholm broke everybody's back in that race and caused them to not run their race, and that's why he won. Another piece of good news is Sade Williams from Barbados did exceptionally well. She ran her race, and I think she ran a PR, and in 49.56, I think. And I actually tapped her to win because I liked how she looked in the opening rounds. And as you can see, I am kind of going through the Caribbean athletes who did really well. I think we had a youngster winning the 400 today from Jamaica. That is amazing. And we also had the youngster who did well in the 400 hurdles. I mean, he broke the world junior record. I mean, these are some big achievements so far, and the long jumpers I think did exceptionally well, as also did the triple jumpers. So listen, the Caribbean is on point, and tomorrow is set out to be a sizzling 200 finals in both the males and the females. We're going to see something amazing. And typically the sprints is where people will have kind of like stayed in their races in terms of running their own races and not getting psyched out, at least the people who win. So looking forward to that. And what we've noticed in these races has been those with the most amount of mental grit are the ones that are doing well. Meaning, so I'm about to give you a bit of a sermon. When I was racing, my younger heydays, my coach would tell me, on the day, there is nothing you can change physically to run faster. So just don't even try. Trust that your body will actually do what you've trained it to do and just run. And believe it or not, a lot of these athletes are being told the same thing, but it is easier said than done. And so when you have put in the hard work, you've done everything the way you're supposed to. There's something the Philadelphia 76ers always talk about: trust the process. I think you can actually trust the process and just know that at the end of the day, your best will come out, and hope that your best is better than other best on the day. And so those who have done really well have essentially run their races. Noah Lyles, he ran his race. He was behind. He stuck in his race strategy and won. Shakira Richardson, she was behind. She stuck to her race strategy and she won. Carson Varholm, he stuck to just running all out, doesn't care if you pass him or not. If he loses that way, he just says, you're going to catch me. You're going to be faster than me. You can be stronger than me, but you're not going to beat me. And so whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you're working hard, stop worrying and just trust the process. All right, we're still on sports. Good news. This is a bit personal. I'm going to get to watch my first cricket match on Saturday. I got a free ticket to go watch cricket. And my daughter's coming with me. I'm going to get a ticket for her to come. We're going to be watching the St. Kitts Patriots battle the Barbados. I can't remember their names. Barbados Royals or something like that. Yeah. 7 p.m. So me and my daughter are going to be, enjoying some cricket. I hope they win. And if they don't, it's just going to be a daddy-daughter lime. All right, more good news. Not doctor. They have the same name. Terrence Drew Jr. has announced an exciting back-to-school initiative entering the new school year on the right foot. Essentially, this is Dr. Drew's son, our prime minister, and he is essentially gifting free pairs of shoes to 30 deserving students in primary schools, or those who are just entering. This is making the transition to a new school year a lot more manageable for 30 people. I think there's an application process, but it's good to see his son is already performing his civic duties in just doing some good stuff. So kudos to him, and I'm pretty sure he is taking cues from his father. His father has a foundation, I think the CARE Foundation, if I can recall correctly, which kind of deals with those things. So maybe he's just being a chip off the old block. All right, there's the next one. The government has approved lots of good news in St. Kitts, man. The government has approved a back-to-school voucher initiative for primary and secondary public school students. Basically, you get $250 to use towards your back-to-school expenses, but there's a catch. You don't get cash. You don't get a check. Check this. You guys ever heard of JAD? JAD Cash? You get that credit on JAD, which is your digital wallet. And believe it or not, this was genius, because sometimes when you get this money from these government institutions, for what it is that you've said you're going to use it for, you go end up boopsing and buying shoes and things that you're not supposed to, and there's no way to track that. But now, I mean, this was, when I read this today, I was like, JAD, this is amazing. So basically, the money gets put onto your digital wallet, $250, and you can use it at pre-approved government institutions or affiliates or whatever. And so that money gets transferred from digital wallet to another digital wallet as payment. And it's always backed by cash. But at the end of the day, you can't go and use that money for anything other than what it was intended for it to be used. And I would like to say this, there's so much potential in just this use case for JAD moving forward. And kudos to Alex Strawn, and because I messaged him, I was like, dude, this is brilliant. And I was like, hey, make sure they can't just boop some money and just go. He said, no, we already got that done. So it's actually being spent in a closed user group where you can't just go ahead and even withdraw the money or send it to somebody else and say, could you withdraw it for me? You have to use it within that circle. And this is when entrepreneurs make the world go round. I've seen people complaining about National Bank not having an easy way of adding peers, and they want QR codes and just the ease of doing business, at least in the financial industry. JAD has done this. And if it wasn't for JAD, what would what would we be doing? Small business, big ideas. That's what I call it. I'm the same boat, small man. I'm a small man, big ideas. But anyway, I digress. It's good for people. They're gonna get $250 to use for school, and they're using a smart technology way of making this happen. Right? Isn't that amazing? All right. I think I've covered more than enough good news for now, and I will leave the ones that I was going to cover this week that weren't from St. Kitts for next week. But before we go, I always leave the quote of the day. And the one I have for you guys is, everyone has inside of him a piece of good news. The good news is that you don't know how great you can be, how much you can love, what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. And this is what I live by right now, because I'm still trying to live out that purpose. That is of finding ways to add as much value to other people as possible. So we're going to take a short break. My guest is here. She's looking pretty in pink, and we're going to have a lovely conversation. I'm so excited. All right, a few minutes, we'll be right back.
Do you know that the cable has a real live customer service representative available every day until 9 p.m.? Just call 465-2588. Calling out of normal office hours? Leave a voicemail and a friendly, reliable cable rep will call you back. Do you have an urgent request? Or maybe you just want to ask a service question? Call 465-2588 and a service representative will be available to assist you. Or, if you prefer, send an email to customerservice@thecable.biz and someone will get back to you. So remember, the cable is here for you every day until 9 p.m. Just call 465-2588 or send an email. The Cable, always giving you more where it matters.
Back. All right, so are we feeling blessed today? Can we hear my guest? Is her mic not working? Because I can't hear you.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, you can talk into the mic. I want to make sure that we can all hear your goodness. So we're feeling blessed today.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Blessed, happy to be alive. And how are you?
I'm a bit tired. It's been a long summer, and in a way, I can't wait for school to start for my daughter. But at the same time, that means school starts for me too.
Oh yes, because you teach, right?
I am a teacher.
Okay.
And so I've said it's just gonna be going until New Year's Eve, because then there's music to play, there's projects to do, there's hustling to do. So. Yeah.
It sounds like a lot for me.
It sure is a whole lot.
Yes.
So, how was your day?
My day was good. Well, I'm on vacation just like you as a teacher. But my day was eventful, but I got some time to rest. So it was productive and good.
What was the best thing that happened today?
I had a meeting and I left feeling excited, I had a good meeting.
Oh.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
So, someone asked me today when they saw your picture on my live, on my status, and she says, "Where's she from?" And I said, "I don't know." So I'm going to find out tonight. Where are you from?
Oh, wow. I'm from St. Kitts, from the little village of Christchurch.
Oh, that's how you got your name, Blessed Tina.
Well,
because you're from Christchurch.
Not exactly, but sort of. I guess my parents wanted blessings, so they tried to put that in my name. Yes.
Nice. So, where you went to primary school?
Primary school, Estridge Primary. That's in Mansion. That's right next to Christchurch. Yeah.
Oh, so is that close to the? There's a Monraven church there, right?
Yes.
My mom got married in that church.
Really?
Yeah, very long. I think in the 70s or so. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So her name is actually still in there's a big registry book in there, and her name is there. I need to go check it out and take a picture of it.
I've never heard people say that they got married there. I've never heard that before.
My mom. My dad, when he came to St. Kitts, I think he made the headlines.
Oh, really?
'Cause Nigerian, African man comes to marry Kititian, like, all the way from Nigeria. So yeah, sweet. So, so what was that experience like in primary school? Were you the class bulb?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. So either people liked you because they could copy off of you, or people didn't like you because they thought you were too smart. Which one was it?
It was both. It was both. And I got teased a lot because of my name. I remember in grade 1, a guy used to start to sing, "Bless the Lord," and he would tease me all the time.
How did that feel though?
I felt frustrated and a bit confused. I remember I went home to my mother and I was like, "Mommy, please change my name to Dora. I want to change my name." But I'm grateful that she consoled me. And she was like, you have a great name. You should embrace your name. So that's my message to anyone. Embrace the things that make you you.
Okay, so here's the thing. I saw that you speak French.
Yes, I do.
You fluent?
No, I'm not. I started it. I did it up until CFBC, but and I worked in the Ministry of Tourism speaking it. But because I haven't used it a lot, I think I started forgetting it. And I got frustrated a bit. I was like, I'm speaking it so long and I'm not fluent. So it's like I got a bit frustrated. But I do love the language, so it has done me well.
You got some big award for it, right?
I think at CFBC, yeah, I got the best results for French, yeah. Yes,
so
thank you.
Actually, let's pivot to that CFBC experience. What did you do there? You did like humanities or something?
Yes, I did humanities.
What is that?
I think studies in relation to that people relations, studies that are connected with persons. So I did law. I did what else did I do? I did French. I did what else did I do, boy? I remember I did law and French, and I did communication studies and so on. People relations. So French was interconnected with persons. What else did I do? Law, connected with persons. I can't remember the third one that I did, but I did those. It was so long. Well, it was a while back. But yes, I did those. But my passion shifted a bit after CFBC though.
So when you were going into CFBC, you were saying, when I grow up, I want to be
a lawyer.
Oh. Why?
I used to watch a lot of Law and Order growing up, and I really loved it. And I think I was always an advocate for justice, and I always liked doing right by people. So I think the thought in my mind was that, it would be best to be a lawyer. But over time, my passion kind of shifted.
So that means at some point you decided you wanted to go into like psychology. Yes,
I shifted to psychology.
What drew you to that?
Honestly, I experienced a really dark time emotionally while I was at CFBC. And when I went back to CFBC, my passion just dwindled for law. And I felt really passionate about helping persons in the same situation that I went through. And it just started there, and that sparked the fire inside of me to study psychology.
How did you emerge from the darkness into the light? What did you use, or how did I
cope? That's a great question. Well, of course, God helped me, coupled with the persons that I had around me. I had a lot of amazing persons around me. They supported me. They were there to encourage me, counseling, different things like that. And I think just using those different elements, those different strategies all came together and really helped me to get out of that space. Also, talking to yourself too, encouraging yourself, finding motivational things, they really helped me to get out of that space, and I'm grateful.
So, you did psychology in at UE, right?
Yes.
Now, that's a lot of different classes that you had to take, right? You had to do I think computers.
Intro to computers, yes.
You had to do math. You do statistics.
Yes.
You had to do sociology or anything along those lines, or?
I think because I didn't have a sociology minor, I escaped that course. But yes.
So, which class was most memorable for you? And what class was it that allowed you to just see people in a different perspective? Because people who study psychology see the world differently.
That's a great question. I think it was probably intro to social psychology. It started to help me see persons, the way that people think, in a different way, and I started to see the connection between thoughts and behavior, the connection between why certain things happen, and the relationship between your development, how you socialize, and how people react on a normal basis. It really opened my mind a lot, because I took a lot of things for granted. You might see somebody do something and you might feel like, oh, well, that person is a particular way. You might have an adjective for it, but you don't realize that there's a connection to their development. There's a connection to different things. So it really opened my mind.
We're going on a journey here, so let's go a little bit deeper into that, because
Sure.
I find that when I'm dealing with people now, with the amount of information that I know, I can understand why someone is reacting in a particular way, and because I understand what's going on behind that, I just don't respond or I don't react.
Excellent.
So I use that knowledge to help me in my day-to-day life, and not to ever judge someone for their behavior if it doesn't align with mine. And so let's talk a little bit, because some of these things are theoretical things that people have studied. So what lessons can we go a little bit deeper into what you learned?
What lessons have I learned from it? I think the biggest takeaway was for me to, one, be patient with people, and also to learn to be less judgmental, and also to to take time with persons and to give persons time to show you who they are. A lot of times we judge persons on a first time basis and different things like that, but persons reveal themselves through patterns, and that's how you get to make a stronger analysis. Because I used to do it, and I think I've grown a lot and learned to give people more grace. Not saying that you give them a pass for everything, but allow people to reveal their patterns, allow people to show you who they are, because I think you learn more about persons through consistency, and that consistency and patterns reveal character. So, yeah.
So, for me, right, when I'm, as an IT person, I have sometimes find it hard to enjoy certain things because I just know the truth behind certain devices or whatever. With what you've studied with respect to psychology, how has that either enhanced or made it challenging when it comes to the dating game?
To the dating.
Yeah.
It has made it challenging, because I think in this age, everything is a red flag. So after studying psychology, right, everything becomes a red flag. So sometimes even before you get to make a proper analysis, because you see a lot of things that you would normally see, and maybe the average person wouldn't see, everything then becomes a red flag for you. So it just requires grace and patience, and maybe sometimes because, for example, if maybe you're counseling somebody or you're acting as a professional, you are the professional in that sense. Maybe in my case, I have learned to invite somebody else objectively in my space to hear their opinion on the matter, because I am, for example, because I would be the person dating, maybe my opinion would not be as objective because my emotions might be clouding my judgment. So I try to allow for an objective third party to influence my thought process during dating specifically. But outside of that, I would, make my own judgments. But because I know how dating can be and my emotions can cloud my judgment, I try to have a trusted third party inform my opinion.
Do you think that people who are blessed with this knowledge should have the best relationships because they know?
Yes and no. You should, because you have the theoretical knowledge, but theory and practice can be two different things. You can know how to do something, but in light of emotions and different things that are involved, it can cloud your judgment and prevent you from executing what you actually know. So you do have the tools to execute a proper relationship, but at the same time, you're a human being too. So it's not like you're in a professional capacity executing some sort of counseling for somebody else. It's you are the person in the situation, so there are certain factors that could cloud your judgment and prevent you from executing certain things. So yes and no, you do have the tools to execute or to create a proper relationship, but because your judgment is clouded and emotions are involved, that could prevent you from actually doing it.
So I think you actually have one more step that other people don't always have, and that is your woman of faith.
Yes.
And so when you combine psychology and your faith, isn't that like the ultimate like hack?
That's the ultimate hack. Yes, I would say so. I agree.
So with being a woman of God I would like to describe you as a virtuous woman who possesses the fruits of the Spirit. Again, I don't know you, but I can perceive that from the way you carry yourself. And so how has that been received by the people you're around? Because you say you're supposed to be in the world and not of the world, right? How has that been challenging for you?
For me?
Yes.
Sure, it is a challenge because you're somewhat put under a microscope, because persons are aware of your faith and your belief system and so on. They watch you more closely. So you're under a lot of pressure. So it's I think what I've done to cope with it is to separate myself from the pressure and to be guided by what I believe and not be too overly concerned about persons' perceptions. Yes, they have their own perception and their thought process, and they think that I should do this and I should do that. But I'm guided by, what the Word of God says and what I believe. And I think by following that, I get to, deviate and not be too concerned what persons think and get to hold fast to what I believe. Otherwise, if I sit here and think about, I wonder what this person would think if I do that. I wonder if this, I would overwhelm myself. So I have to ensure that, once I'm good with God and once I'm good with myself, I'm good. So.
Yeah, I had to cross that threshold years ago, and I feel liberated. There was a time when here's a little anecdote. Particular person I was dating, and that person's mom felt I wasn't Christian enough. She called me I don't want to lie, a 7-Eleven Adventist.
Wow.
You know what that means?
No. During the day?
You come to church on the 7th day at 11 o'clock.
Oh, boy. Wow.
And what I would retort and say, listen, like, you do know to be Christian is to be Christ-like. Which means that if you want to know a good Christian, you see the way they treat other people.
Yes.
And I don't believe that you can profess to be an amazing Christian if there are people that you at this point are saying, me not talk to she.
That is it.
You can't, so that's why I look at it as, you throw the first stone in that glass house, because you can't tell what my journey is, and just because I'm not in the pews doesn't mean that I am not exhibiting Christ-like tendencies.
That's true.
While I am struggling with my sins, as we all are. Isn't it Christ that said our righteousness is like filthy rags? I think people need to dissect that even further. Have you seen filthy rags? you seen Jeff?
I never made a correlation to filthy rags.
Right. You seen Jeff? And it's like, to just know, like, yes, I'm good. I'm paying my tithe. I'm going to church. I'm making donations. I'm having Bible study. And God is saying, ew, what is that? Filthy rags.
Wow.
Right. So I say I live, I learn, and I'm not the most devout as I should be. But at the end of the day, I treat everyone with love. With respect, with dignity, regardless of what you've done to me, for me, hurt me. I decide that I'm going to treat everybody in a particular way. And that's what I think Christ was trying to teach us when he said, if your enemy is hungry, feed them. If you're thirsty, give them water. And if you are kind to them, you're actually heaping coals on their head.
Yes.
I'm wondering why a lot of people who profess to be Christians don't preach that.
Wow. I think because it's easier to present an argument about, religiosity. Like they think a lot about religion as opposed to relationship. And a lot of times we talk about, for example, thou shalt not do this. And that's important. But at the same time, a relationship with God is important as well. And when you have a relationship with God, that would be reflected in your behavior and how you treat persons and so on, what you would have been mentioning before. So I don't understand how, sometimes persons can project, as you would have rightly said, that they are Christians and so on, and don't reflect that in their behavior. There's this separation between, the projection or profession of faith and their behavior. So I get what you're saying wholeheartedly.
So, wow, that was deep, right?
Very deep.
So you are a teacher now. Where?
Yes.
Where is that?
Sadler Secondary.
I was supposed to come there this year.
For real?
Yeah. Was it Sadler's? Yeah. I was supposed to come and give a speech.
Oh, for real?
For the graduating or last day of school or career day.
Oh, but they had to cancel that.
Right.
Yeah.
I was supposed to come on the 21st of May. Yeah, I was really looking forward to that. It was about innovation, and I was going to talk about innovation and stuff like that. Yeah.
I would have loved to have you.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually at the primary school earlier in the year where I had to go talk about math and.
I saw it. Yes, I saw your video on Facebook.
Yeah,
yes, it was excellent.
That was fun.
I love the engagement.
A lot of times when people come and say, "Can you do this?" I never know if I can actually. And I kid you not, like I came up with that idea like probably as I was driving.
Really?
Seriously. Like,
you're just thinking about gives me anxiety because I can't go to somewhere and not know what I'm gonna do.
No, I can't go to somewhere and not know what I'm going to do, which is why because a lot of times, okay, I can't say I'm a procrastinator. I just say that while I am supposed to be doing certain things, I am just, there's no sense of urgency to get it done until it's very close to the day or sometimes on the day.
Wow.
And I think one of the reasons why is I'm scatterbrained. So my brain is all over the place and I have a lot of things to do. But have you ever seen a magnifying glass with light, with the sunlight? You've seen that magnifying glass when you hold it under the sun? Do you know what happens?
No,
the convex glass, once it's held at a particular distance between the sun and the ground, focuses all of that energy into one spot. And if you hold that thing a little bit higher up, it doesn't have as much energy. It's not as much focus. And so you bring it closer down, and boom, next thing you're burning something. I find that in my life, I'm able to focus that brain power on that one thing when it's closest to
the deadline.
Yes. I don't have that capacity to do that. I've been trying and I plan and I do these things, but unfortunately I have not been able to work well that way.
I think that's the best explanation of procrastination that I've ever heard.
Brain power. All the brain power. And the thing is, I have come up with some amazing, like for instance, the show that we did, Let's Do This.
Oh, yeah.
That we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like when I had to come up with financial figures and numbers and forecasting, I came up with my model the night before the show.
Really?
Right, exactly. I sat down till 4 o'clock in the morning just crunching and creating a whole model and stuff like that. And that's because leading up to that, I didn't know what to do.
Wow. But you hit it well.
Oh, yeah. that is one of my skills. I am able to essentially execute.
Okay. And great under pressure.
Yes. I think I never used to be, but I developed this knack for it. So
wonderful.
So you're quite the songbird.
Yes.
And was there a microphone in your shower when you was growing up?
No. But I loved looking at my family members sing when I was growing up.
So who was this ultimate singer
in my family?
Yeah.
But there were a number of them. My mother sings a lot. I don't think she ever sang on a large scale, but she's always singing. Even just to do things around the house, she has to sing. If you say a song, like if you say run, she'll find a song with run, and she'll just sing any word that she is. So she's just singing all the time. Yeah, so and different family members, my aunts, they would always sing. So I think being around that helped me to lean into that direction.
So those are your influences. And
Mhm.
what kind of music were you listening to when you were growing up? Was it?
Gospel a lot and R&B because my aunts listen to a lot of love songs. So, so yes, gospel and R&B.
Did you ever sneak and listen to other songs that you weren't supposed to listen to?
I see you trying to get me in trouble, you know.
It's all right.
Oh yes, yeah.
Of
I think so. Yeah, as a child, you
course.
you explore.
Yeah, my mom always wanted us to listen to classical music. And
Oh, for real?
I grew up classically trained.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I hate classical music.
But I guess you didn't achieve a mission.
No, yeah, I'm a bit of a rebel in that regard because
Mm.
classical music doesn't allow for me the freedom of expression of a free spirit.
Okay.
It does allow for that when you're doing your thing, but you're still reading notes. And the most you can do is show expression and emotion and flair, whatever. But
Oh, I get what you're saying.
I like the freedom that improvisation gives you with jazz because you can actually play what you have in your mind
Okay.
through
I
your
get you.
instrument. So, your gospel influences. Who were those for you?
Like Jermaine Edwards, he's from Jamaica, and Yolanda Adams. Yolanda Adams was big for me. My father bought a CD of her, one of her CDs for me when I was about 8 or 9, and I would listen to that CD so much. I didn't have a computer at the time, so I would just play it in my radio and write out all the lyrics, like pause it, the clip, play it again, write out the lyrics, just because I was so enthralled and so invested in hearing her voice and hearing her take on music.
I actually picked up that you have borrowed some of her styles.
Really?
Yes.
You know, I never realized it. I guess because I'm doing it, but I didn't even realize
No,
it.
he's trying to know who your name is. Blesstina.
Blesstina.
Yolanda.
Oh, sorry, Yolanda Adams.
Oh, you didn't hear that? Okay, well, I heard it.
Mm.
Right. So you play any musical instruments?
No, unfortunately, I used to play steel pan in high school, but I started playing keyboards as a child, but I was never committed enough to follow through. But I really, as an adult, I want to learn an instrument again.
So I think we're about to do a little game here. Like sometimes we on my show we kind of get our guests off guard, and we're about to do that now.
Oh boy.
So you're a big gospel singer, and I'm gonna give you a bit of a challenge. I'm gonna give you some familiar tunes, and I want you to gospelize a song.
Oh wow.
All right? Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. The first tune is gonna be "Itsy Bitsy Spider." Right? One verse, and at the end, you're gonna do that thing that gospel singers do when they don't know when to end the song.
I know they put me on this
Of
spot.
course, you didn't think you was gonna sing, girl. So,
Okay, no problem.
So it's a slow, just one. Do you know the words?
Not all, but I think I remember most of
You
them.
could chucky whatever you want. So gospel, make it sound very gospelish, and and at
Okay.
the end you just don't finish the song until the preacher says, "Okay, we've had enough." All right, take it up.
You play music, or you just want
No,
me to do
just
acapella? Okay.
acapella.
The itsy bitsy spider ran up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. But the itsy bitsy spider ran up the spout again. Oh, hallelujah, mighty God. Yes, that's when the pastor gonna come in now.
All right, give her a round of applause. Well, thank you girl, you good.
Thank you.
You good. Oh my gosh, one of the things I forgot to bring. I forgot to bring my horn. Is it there? Is it in my car? I don't think it's there. I was supposed to bring it. All right, that was great.
Thank you.
That was great. The next one is Mary Had a Little Lamb, but this one I want you to do it as an altar call.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, Mary had a little lamb, da 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 da. She followed her to school one day. School one day, it followed her to school one day. Da 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 da.
If you're just feeling like, I know there's someone here whose name starts with A. Come on up.
Yes, Lord.
Come on up. I know there's one more person who needs a blessing. Come on up. Whole lamb was white as snow, and you don't know where to go. But it is so. You are going to know that it is not going to be what it is you think it is. Anyway, I'm not seeing the cameras. It's not. Oh, you can see. I'm not seeing. Oh, well, we can fix that. Just be moving things around. All right, that's okay. I'll just pan left, right, left, right, left, right. It's okay. Figure it out. This is people want to see stuff. All right. Last one is ABCD, the ABC song.
Okay.
And this is one I was supposed to Bring My Harm, but I'm gonna find another way to do this. Okay, let's go.
Which tune you want me to sing?
A B C D.
Oh, this is normal. Oh, I thought you were gonna give me some cues about church and so. Okay, no problem.
This one,
Normal?
still make it still. Oh no. Oh yes, this one. You know how to shout?
I have never done it, but I've heard it
You know what I'm talking about, right?
in church.
Yeah.
I've heard American people do it.
A B C D, 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 A B C, A B C D, do 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 do, A B C D, A B C D, A B C, A B C, A B C D.
Oh wow!
ABCD, ABCD.
But you don't think you're doing it so well. I don't know why you want me to do it.
Because you're the pro.
No, that sounds so foreign. But I'll try.
You try. All right, let's go.
Okay.
I'll show you. Go.
Hey, A B C D, A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z.
Down, 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 down. ABCD, ABCD. Okay, that was hot. You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, that's the gift that keeps on giving on your show.
Oh, love it. Oh, so now we're going to talk about some of your music because you have grown. Okay? You have actually grown from when I heard your first song, For You.
Yes, definitely.
That was about 5 years ago. We're going to play a little excerpt from For You, the one that says For You. We'll play a little excerpt and... Oh, so you don't have For You?
I didn't send For
You
You,
sent
sorry.
For You?
It's on
Okay.
YouTube now.
Okay, don't worry. So that one, how old were you?
I was 20 or 21, I think.
So that was very, how do I put it? I can't remember. It was gospelish.
But it was groovy soca.
Right. And then your next song was where the whole mellow, which I think fits your voice a lot.
You know, my
more.
mother says the same thing all the time. I don't know why you keep doing these soca songs. You know, mommy keeps saying it all the time. But I think I was struggling to find my niche. So I get what you're saying.
So we're gonna play that one. Come. Let's hear what that sounds like, and so that our listeners can hear. And I'm gonna tell you what I thought about it when I was listening to it.
Matthew 11:28 says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
faith, but still there's so much going on. So much going on. Spreading the gospel far and wide to fulfill his mandate, leaving no one behind. When all your toiling seems in vain, the one who made you calls your name. He has a plan for your life. Come into lost places. Come, the Father is awaiting.
Listening to it, right, I was hoping to hear multi-part harmonies, and then it came. It came in this part, like when this part, not yet. Right, you can turn it up now. I was waiting for it, and then for it to just come right when I was yearning for it, just made me feel good. And then there was that, like, I think it was an electrical piano EP or synth. That was mirroring what you were saying.
Yes. You know, the keys were there first before we had the vocals, because we went to the studio, to Chabo's studio in Kanye's.
I taught him.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The world is so small. Singing is so small. So we went there to his studio, and he was like, I think you should sing. Because we were not going to do it.
No, I was yearning for that.
Wow.
You know? And so that's my favorite part in the whole song.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, it was... I could hear the difference between that first one and this one. It was a lot fuller, and you had a lot more instruments to buttress the song, and so I loved it. And then Freedom, you had Freedom this year.
Last year,
and that's your most viewed video on YouTube. 11,000 views, man.
Yes.
11,000 views. Yeah, this is a good message also. That I think that's tapped into some of the things that you spoke about earlier.
Yes.
Because this was birthed from that struggle that you were spoken about.
Definitely.
And how you emerged into having freedom.
Yes, definitely. It's been a journey.
Yeah, this one was let's listen a little bit.
12 years of the pain, 12 years of all the shame. So she pressed and reached out. He said, your faith is laying you hold, my child. Freedom, freedom, freedom over here. Freedom, freedom, freedom over here.
Yeah. Tell us. Well, we already know enough about that song, but is that your favorite hit release, or I Will Rise is the one?
Honestly, is a tough one between both of them.
Now, I Will Rise, barred hands down the most mature sound. In terms of your voice and the instruments. I mean, your voice was fat, and for the first time, you had a full-fledged choir.
Yes.
So you didn't have to do all the backup
I
stuff.
know.
And
Oh gosh. Yes.
yeah, she's a star, man. So you went to Antigua for that song, right?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Honestly, I felt really strongly about producing I Will Rise, but I went to Antigua because Chabo's studio shut down, and I was like, man, I really like Chabo's studio now. And I did not know what to do, and I wanted the producer in Antigua to do it, and I wanted to go by a studio and so on. And I was talking to him about a live production, and I thought to myself, well, why not go to Antigua? And I'm so grateful that I went, because he worked out all the logistics with the choir and all of those things. So, I'm grateful.
Yeah, can we hear it? Let's hear that song. It's on YouTube right now.
Yes.
And it was released this week?
Last week.
Freedom.
Which one? I Will Rise?
Hold on to your freedom.
You're
That's
playing the
freedom.
same song. I Will Rise.
Torn, feels like I can't carry on. Every part of me is broken, but I refuse to let go. lost, drifting, no sense of direction, needing your arms of protection. Still, you say you are my hope. Through the ups and the downs, I will seek you. I will press towards the mark, for you see me through. You make a way. Today's a brighter day. In you I will rise. Through the ups and the downs, I will seek you. I will press towards the mark, for you see me through. You
Okay,
make a way.
this song gives me goosebumps.
Aww.
Seriously, I had it on repeat. And
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I mean, I'm going through the same mindset. I feel like I will rise because I'm trying so many things. And, you know, it spoke to
Wow,
me.
wow. That's good.
So it's your best. It's your
Praise
best.
the Lord.
It's your best. It's your best. Praise you too. Okay. You know, faith without works is dead.
That is so
okay.
true.
So
Yes,
take
yes,
the praise.
Yes, yes.
You're gonna give him the honor, but you have to put in the work.
Mhm.
Lovely.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
super proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. He said send the other song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So your
thank
song
you
is
so
gonna
much.
be on
Thank
the
you.
radio, man.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. Thank you.
I
Yes, yes.
I love this. Yes.
Mm.
This was, and to the point where I was playing it and I didn't even know it was playing.
Mm.
You know, it was just, it's like, okay, yeah. High five.
Oh, thank you.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's deep, right?
Very deep.
You know, I know that you tapped into that entrepreneurship
Yes.
journey, and is that still there?
Yes, definitely. I'm just not doing it on a large scale because I actually have to work as well during the daytime. So, yeah, so I'm still doing it, singing at engagements and different things like that. This song is a part of that entrepreneurial journey of releasing songs, and as you release songs, persons will know about you and ask you to sing to different engagements. So it's still a part of the process, just that I'm not doing it on a large scale as yet.
Not that journey, the
What do you
other
mean?
journey.
Which one? You mean the
other-
music therapy?
Yes,
Oh,
that
well,
is you.
I have not fleshed this out as yet. I'm still toying with it, you
What?
know. Trying to see how I can execute
You
it.
gave me goosebumps.
Really?
That's a big
Oh,
deal.
man.
Right. And I've just told you that the song. You see, there are many people who are trying to. Some people have tried to go into the motivational speaking area and stuff like that. And you have this gift of putting that to song. Like, you just were able to sing ABCD in gospel. Like, I mean, all of that, like you have a gift. And so I think that as you are continuing with your singing journey, that concurrently you are growing this idea that I heard 2 years ago that I'm shocked to hear is not hasn't borne fruit. What's going on?
I think
You
maybe
don't-
I'm overthinking it.
No,
and,
I
you
think
know,
that you don't have enough people who are telling you that you need to do this.
that's true. That is true.
So
Maybe it's that.
sometimes the people that you surround yourself with are the reason why you're not getting ahead. In fact,
Wow.
a lot of the times, it's not that they don't mean bad for you. It's not that they don't mean well for you. It's just that they're not the catalyst to light that fire up underneath you, to get up and take a risk and bet on you.
That's true. Coupled with the fact that maybe they've never seen it before either. It's not something that they're familiar with. So
That's true.
yeah,
but
yeah.
A lot of the reasons why people make a lot of money is because they do things that were never seen before. I'm suffering from that right now. I'm doing
Wow.
things that were never seen before, and that's why I'm not successful yet.
Yet.
Yeah,
That's
but
the word.
my brain is just keep going. Like, okay, what's the next thing? Because this didn't. I am a professional. I'm a very good failure. I'm very good at failing. You understand what that means?
Because you don't give up.
No, I keep failing, but I learn from the failure, and I don't get discouraged, and then I try something else, or I come back and I pivot and I try something new, and I just keep going on and on until I make it. So right now I'm in that cycle of what we call as entrepreneurs, you build, you measure, and you learn. You build, you measure, and you learn, but you haven't built yet.
Yes. I think I needed to come here to hear that, so thank you. That's my good news for today.
Yeah,
to
that's
take on
that's
that.
what I do. But people who come in contact with me cannot leave the same way.
That's
It
good.
can't.
That's
it
good.
can't. You have to leave with a sense of, I didn't think about that. Actually, I can. I came up with something this week that everybody in this life is an inspiration to us. Either inspire us to be do something, or inspire us not to be doing that thing.
Wow. That is so true.
There's an inspiration in everything, right? And so, yeah.
I will. I'll take you up on that. Thank you.
Because you will rise.
Amen.
You will
I like
rise.
that.
I know. All right. So
Yes.
we normally have our 10 questions, 10 questions, rapid fire, and just answer them as quick as possible because we just about end the show.
No
My
problem.
superpower as a woman is,
Freedom.
okay, comfort food.
Lasagna.
Place I like to visit.
Botanical Gardens, Nevis.
The gospel song that I always have on repeat.
Well, right now, I will rise.
A way to put a smile on my face is,
Comedy, movies.
this is one time I wish I could have back.
Yui.
Yui, ooh, I can cook this very well.
Lasagna.
What? My friends think I'm silly because of this.
I laugh a lot.
And my dream car.
I don't know cars, but I like a small.
Like a
nice
small
car.
And the last one, best part about being on the show.
I laughed a lot and I got some insight on what I need to do. Yes.
You will rise. You will rise.
Yes, thank you.
People, this has been an amazing show.
Yes.
And I thank everybody for chiming in, listening in. Even though we couldn't see us in our entirety, in all our glory, you heard a lot. And just want to inspire all of you to remember to be kind and to spread love. And we'll be back next week. My guest next week. Yeah, y'all got to wait and see who I have next week. Because she likes to talk a lot. And she's a matriarch, alpha woman. I can't wait. But till then, you guys stay good. All right? Bye.
Cast down, but I'm not
Amazing.